Once again, let's ignore the outlines, the bullets, and just go straight to the question, what do they want from us? The student wants to contrast first-class leavers and second-class leavers. Okay, well, contrast, difference, this is a very common category of these outline questions, so we want the answer choice to have that, right? So yes, it should be talking about first and second-class levers, but it should also be a contrast between those two things. So A, in levers, the effort is the force applied to the lever. The load, in contrast, is the force that the lever exerts on another object. Well, they don't talk about the first and second class at all, so that's wrong. B, in first class and second class levers, the fulcrum and the load are in different locations. Okay, maybe, right? So it seems, this is what's kind of weird to me. Are they saying that in both the fulcrum and the load are in different places? Like it's the common feature of both types of levers is that the fulcrum and the load are in different parts of the lever? Or is it saying that a first class lever has a different fulcrum location than a second class lever? I genuinely don't know based just on this, but that doesn't bother me. Let's look at the other choices. This might be right. It doesn't feel like I have a very clear contrast though between the two types. So I'd love more information. I'd love it to be much more explicit. It seems like I'm telling a bit of a story to make this fit, so I don't love that. Let's look at C. First class levers are simple machines consisting of a rigid beam and a fulcrum, but then again, the same is true of second. Okay, so if it says same, that's not a contrast, that's a similarity, so that doesn't work. D, in first class levers, the fulcrum is located between the effort and the load, but in second class levers, the load is located between the effort and the fulcrum. So what's the difference? What's the contrast between first and second class levers? The location of things, and specifically we can say on first class levers, the fulcrum is between the effort and the load, but, that's a good word there, in second class levers, the load is located between the effort and the fulcrum. I don't even know what this means. I just know that this is better than B, right? D is getting much more specific about what that contrast is. It uses the word but, that's a good sign, whereas B is maybe doing it, but it requires interpretation. And this is why I say don't read the bullet points, right? I bet the bullet points, yeah, right here, gives us the contrast that we're looking for. So if you read those bullet points, you might then be looking at choice B and being like, okay, I know what they mean. I know what they're trying to say. So that's the right answer. And you might pick it because it comes before D, and you might just be like, I want to get done with this question. But we're not allowed to do that, right? The point of the bullets is that it's a way of taking information, and then the answer choices need to give us that same piece of information. We are not allowed to kind of assume any sort of subtext to these answer choices. It just needs to say it. So if it doesn't come out and say it strongly, it's probably not going to be right. It needs to get the point across very clearly. And if we don't read the bullets, then when we read B, we're confused. And our confusion is a sign that B is not the right answer. Our confusion is a sign that B does not do what the question wants it to do. It does not accomplish that goal. So that's why I don't like reading the bullets. It's a waste of time, but also it might lead you into traps. I think choice B is a little bit of a trap here.